Welcome back, another episode. Happy to see you. Viewers, this week in ESL Trailblazer, I'm covering another culture clash connected with an episode I did, number 29, boom, right here. Check it out, about feelings. It's one of my favorite episodes, and you know what? I've covered it. I'm coming back to that episode today to focus on just a few of the words and how they relate to emotional intelligence in the workplace, okay? So stay tuned. If you're Polish and you're having trouble with understanding the interaction here between maybe workmates or clients that are abroad, you'll find this episode useful. If you're a teacher and you work with many different cultures, you'll find this episode useful. So here we go, red hot, coming in right after this intro. Boom! Welcome back, we got it. This is another episode. I'm Nan, the CSL Trailblazer. Remember to subscribe, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. Just like that button if you like this episode. Leave a comment. I'd love your feedback because language has so many examples and so many exceptions, okay? I'm just giving you some of stuff that comes up in my work on a daily basis and sharing it with you on this channel. That's like the direction that some of these videos are going to at this stage, but I will come back to some more vocabulary based language stuff. But right now, let's get started without further ado with what I want to focus on today, which is feelings. Okay, so something that's not focused as much in the workplace is emotional intelligence, and me working and living in Poland, I have to say that I think it's pretty how should I say it, obvious that like this is not a focus in a lot of Polish workplaces, okay? I've commented about how I wish doctors had a little bit more training in emotional intelligence because they don't seem to have a lot of people skills or very good at communicating to patients and being maybe caring and softening their language on what's going on with their patient and their diagnosis, okay? But I don't want to go over to medicine. I want to stay with teaching. I think when I'm working with professionals who are mostly in international business and corporate worlds, they struggle with English speakers expressing feelings because Polish people don't have any practice expressing them. Okay, so my episode's 29, the link is up there before the video, but here it is again in case you missed it. I cover a lot of words, but today I'm just going to highlight a few, okay? So one word that can be very useful to use in the workplace is apprehensive or apprehension, okay? Another word that you can use is overwhelming. And a third one that's also covered in that episode, among others, is perplexed. So I'll start with perplexed, the last one I just mentioned. That one, if something is perplexing, it's strange, it's confusing, it's not clear, okay? So when you want to communicate that a communication that's been sent to you is not clear and confusing, we don't have to be very direct by saying that the other person has not been clear or the other person has not stated what they want in the proper way. You can just say, your message is perplexing because of XYZ, yeah? And then you show that that's how you're feeling because of this maybe incompatibility between the message you have received and maybe your instructions from your boss or what your responsibilities really are and what this client is asking you to do. If they don't match, this is perplexing. Okay, so that's the usage of the word. All right, be careful how you use it though. Maybe look online to see some more examples, but very useful for expressing feelings. The next one is overwhelmed. If you're new and you're being bombarded with all the responsibilities and the tasks that you're going to be in charge of doing in that position, it can feel very overwhelming at the beginning when you first start. The first week, the first day, the first month, whatever, okay? You can also be overwhelmed just by a specific project and maybe all of the requests you're getting from people depending on the context of your work. And these words I'm choosing specifically because I think sometimes people feel like this is not an appropriate thing to tell to clients, bosses, or other colleagues or teammates. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, this is a diplomatic way of saying in English, I need help. Yeah? Maybe we need to spread the tasks out a little more evenly, okay? It's not a way you're not asking for help and maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable doing that. But when you're saying you're overwhelmed, then it's kind of a signal to a teammate or a colleague that maybe they need to give you a hand. Okay. Finally, apprehension or feeling apprehensive. You might feel apprehensive asking a very direct question. You might feel apprehensive giving back some feedback that is very critical. Maybe because the person is not performing at the standard that you want them to if you're the boss, or if you expect them to because of other types of colleagues you've had in the past. If you are apprehensive, you need to express it. Like, qualify the criticism by saying you're a little bit apprehensive before you give it, okay? And see the reaction that you get, okay? Also, if a client asks you a question that you do not know how to answer or you're not qualified to answer, you can qualify your response to the client by saying that you are apprehensive about giving them an answer, because you don't want to misinform them with whatever you tell them, okay? Or you need to double check something. Double check, okay? Finally, those are the three I'm focusing on for feelings. I don't want to focus on anymore. If you want more and language, check out that episode I mentioned earlier. That's all I have for today. I'm going to keep it short, okay? There's a lot of words that describe feelings, but that's just a small taste. Check out the original episode. I'll probably follow this up with more just like this. But it's time to wrap it up, and that's a nice phrasal verb to also use because it qualifies diplomatically that I'm coming to the end of my episode. And for you, it would be your meeting or your interview or some other organized time that you need to finish promptly. So that's a wrap. See you next time. Share if you care. I'm not the CSL Trailblazer. Till that next episode, take care, everybody. Boom.